preparing for this speech, I was told to share a story that happened with me. And I was actually preparing for that, but last weekend I got to think, does this story really tells who I am? Not really, it's just a story, and it does not describe even smallest part of me. So I started to think, who am I? What do I have? And who do I want to be? And today I will be answering these three questions. First, who am I? I'm a husband to the most intelligent woman I know. I was supposed to say that. I'm a son to most caring and sometimes difficult parents. I'm a brother to most simple-minded and naive person I know. Also, I'm a KTL, Kazakh-Turkish Life Saving Alumni, Master of Science in Physics, and Computer Vision Engineer. The last part is just a brag.
Just
yeah, and also I'm a Barbie model. So next question is, what do I have? If to collect everything, to sum up, I have a lot of good qualities and bad qualities. But three of them are the most, how to say, the most thing that people notice in me. First is strange sense of humor. It was gained from my father and my childhood, and this is, some people say, my coping and defense mechanism. Also, if you understand this joke, kudos to you. The second thing is empathy, which I gained from my mother, and I'm quite good at it, if you want to talk about it. And third is self-confidence, which is my own, which I've built, which I've gained throughout my whole life. And today I will be talking about self-confidence, actually, because that's the one thing which is my goal. How to build up self-confidence? Of course, it's a collection of trophies, but in Kazakhstani society, it's a collection of wins. Yeah, it's a collection of trophies and collection, and most people think that trophy is equal to win, but it's actually not, and I will tell you some stories that will prove it. When I was a child, I had always good grades. I was raised to be perfect, always get A's, to succeed in everything. And I was doing just that until I went to Lyceum, Kazakh-Turkish Lyceum, at 7th grade. And I started to struggle with English because before that I was actually studying French for some reason. And when I started to struggle with English, my whole life started to crumble because I started to think, I can do this, I can do that. I started to struggle with math. I started to struggle with even going up to girls. Well, as an example, at my 9th grade, I think, I built up all of my courage and went up to a girl. I said, hi, my name is Nurbolat. What's your name? And with the most condescending tone, she looked at me and said, boy, are you lost? Where's your mom? It was brutal. I was like overplaying that in my head, I think, till last year, maybe. And that's how I started to lose my confidence. Then I went to university, and at my first week, during my English lessons, my professor was one of the most amazing people, and she asked me to talk about gun control. I stood up, I started to talking about gun control, and at one moment my mind froze. I forgot how to say shoot. And I was looking at people's faces, and everybody just was staring back, waiting. Then I did something that is a little bit embarrassing. I was standing like that. When people, pew pew, and everybody started laughing. I was so embarrassed, but when I looked at my professor, she simply smiled and nodded and said, shoot. At that night, I was laying in my bed, overplaying that situation, and I understood that maybe that's not so bad, because I learned something. So let me try to put myself in difficult situations. Maybe I'll learn some stuff. And I started to put myself in difficult situations. I went to volunteering, I tried different jobs, and I started to approach girls more. Of course, 9 times out of 10 I was told to get lost. But it's okay, because I had very great stories to share with my friends, and we had good laughs. And I understood that collecting efforts gives you more than collecting wins. Because when you try to win at everything, you will start to think about trying something beforehand and thinking like, will I win? Do I have some chance at winning this? And if you probably will lose, you will not try that. Therefore, I started collecting efforts. And that was one of the best things that happened to me, because till nowadays, I'm still collecting wins or efforts. I succeed, I fail, but I gain experience, and maybe that will help me in the future. So as I said, as I'm saying, slow and steady wins the race. So last question was, who I want to be? Of course, I want to be a great father. I aspire to succeed in my career. I want to leave a legacy behind me. But that's all my ambitions, my goals, my plans, but that's not who I want to be. So, simplest answer and the most true answer it was, I want to be me. I want to live my life and I want to be happy. Thank you.